Right. So thank you everyone, and our sincere thanks for showing up tonight. Okay, just before I start, my favorite disclaimer: nothing that I mention over here in the chat or in the server, any of us does. It's not a financial advice. It's purely from the viewpoint of learning. Okay. With that, let's start. Okay. We have just a few people today. Think of it like your private mentorship session. Keep your mics unmuted if there is no background noise and keep asking questions. I will try to answer my best. Okay. It's me, Joyrider. I can see both of us. CJ is here. Snimothi Hustle. Okay. So for the two of you guys, okay, think of it like your private session. Feel free to ask anything that comes to your mind, where you feel like we can help you.
Okay, the first thing that comes to my mind is like every day you post, you kind of like post something about your shorts. I
Mm-hmm.
was still like learning, like what does that mean exactly? Like when you say you're short or you're long, because
Okay.
I saw somebody in the chat say something about Robinhood doesn't let you
Mm-hmm.
do that or something. So I didn't even know like what it was.
Okay. Let me ask you this. What do you trade actually? Do you trade like options or stocks?
I've been doing both as of recently. I've been only like focusing on Nvidia because y'all were talking about kind of like
Mm-hmm.
learning the
Mm-hmm.
trends and
Mm-hmm.
like Nvidia is more closer like to like what I'm willing to pay, kind of like you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying. I
Mm-hmm.
was trying to find my range
Mm-hmm.
for that because Tesla and like the spine stuff is a little bit more expensive, and you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying. I just wasn't ready to
Nvidia
risk
is
that.
way more affordable.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
So I've been doing my options with Nvidia, or I've been trying to do it like every day, once a day, or you know what I'm saying. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
with the regular stocks, I just kind of like follow the penny stocks of the group, or I'm paying attention to the momentum
Okay,
scanner.
great. When you do options on Nvidia, when you do calls, what's your expectation? Tell me.
Like what am I trying to get? Like I try
No, when you
to.
take a call, let's say, let me pull up the Nvidia chart for you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So, say hypothetically speaking, these were the two levels I gave for Nvidia in the morning, right? So, say basically when it started trending up, when this is gone up, retest is successful, you took a call here. What is your expectation when you took that call here? Are you expecting Nvidia to go up or to go down?
Hold on. Let me zoom in a little bit.
Hmm.
Sorry. And because what is that price right there that it says
Say
136?
135.06 right here where I'm pointing in the chart. So when Nvidia is
Oh,
here, what's your you bought a call. What's your expectation? Because it broke through the levels that I gave, right? For the
right.
upside, it broke through, it retested successfully, and it is going back. So you are taking the trade here. What is the expectation, brother? Are you expecting Nvidia to come down or go keep going up?
Right there, I'm expecting it to keep going up, I believe.
Very good. So you're expecting to buy that call contract, right, at a
Yeah,
price and
right
sell it
there.
at a higher price, correct?
Correct.
For 1 second, imagine you are not trading Nvidia's options, you're trading the Nvidia stocks. So you bought it here. What are you expecting? You're expecting it to sell it higher, correct?
Correct.
This is a long trade. Okay, a long trade is buy low, sell high. Make sense?
Look, makes sense.
Okay. Very similarly, let's say when you are seeing this level has broken down. You
Okay.
want to go for Nvidia puts here, correct? No point in going
Correct.
for calls here. When you go for Nvidia puts, what's your expectation? Will price go
For it
up
to go,
or price go
for it
down?
to go down.
You need price to go down to be profitable, correct?
Correct.
Now, imagine again you are actually trading the Nvidia stock, not the options. Now,
Okay.
Shin said with the premium there isn't any money in it, is there?
well, it depends. All right, it depends. Now, coming back, if I am looking at Nvidia from this perspective, I am expecting price to keep going down, right?
Right.
What do I need to do now? I want to sell it to somebody Just like when you bought that put contract, your expectation was as price goes down, your contract will become more and more expensive. You make money, correct?
Correct.
This is where the difference is, okay, between like shorting the actual stock versus buying a put contract. When you are buying that put contract, you had to buy the contract first to sell it later, correct?
Right.
Okay. With the expectation price will continue down. Me, I am actually trading the stock itself, okay, not the contracts. So what I will do
Okay.
is I will go to my broker. I will ask my broker, hey guys, I have some money with you guys. Okay. Against that, or I have some stocks, I have my portfolio with you guys. Let's just put it plain and simple. Against that, will you let me borrow 100 shares of Nvidia? Makes sense?
Yeah.
So my broker tells me, all right, I'll let you buy 100 shares of Nvidia. I buy it. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I take it from my broker. I borrow it. I don't own the shares. My broker owns the share, but he lets me borrow it. Just like when you borrow money from the bank, you have to pay an interest to your broker, correct?
Correct.
Your bank, no matter how long you have been a client with your bank will never give you money without interest, will they?
No, never.
Never. Okay, if they did, then basically I would be on the street, my friend. Okay,
Right.
because by profession I'm a banker. All right.
Right.
Now, similarly, when my broker gives me those stocks to borrow, they will charge me an interest. That is called the cost to borrow. Something that you hear me in the zone, other people talking about all the time. We talk about CTB, correct? This is that CTB. CTB stands for cost to borrow. Okay. Now, if I see that it is pretty cheap to borrow and I have the expectation that price will go down, what I will do is I will borrow that 100 stocks and let's say to my friend Kamran over here, I will sell it to him. So Kamran literally buys from me those stocks, let's say at 134.50. All right, just to make it easy. Say I sold those to Kamran at 134.50. I got the money from Kamran, right?
Right.
But my portfolio is showing I'm negative 100 Nvidia shares. I have to return those just like when you borrow money from the bank, you cannot forever keep it. At some or other time, you have to return that shares, correct?
Correct.
So same like that, I have to return those shares back to my broker. Okay. When price really starts coming down, let's say at 133.50, right here I decided, okay, I make $1 per share, that's 100 bucks. I'm happy with it. I will basically buy those shares back from the market and return it to my broker,
Uh,
right? Now my broker
right.
is happy because he got his shares back. I am happy I got my 100 bucks profit out of it. Make sense?
Makes sense.
That is your shorting. Shorting, the concept is just opposite of going long. Sell high, buy low.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I was just confused at first because I thought it was like something I didn't know like really what it was at all. So that made a lot of
My
sense
trading
though.
is super simple, okay? If it's anything complicated, it will go over my brain. So I don't do anything complicated. Okay,
Yeah. No.
so
No.
that's it. With penny stocks, I short a lot because penny stocks, most of them are pure pump and dumps. They literally come back after some time to the same place where they started from. Okay, that's the reason you will see me shorting penny stocks all the time because by doing that, what I'm doing is I'm actually seeing like if there is any real reason for it to go up or not. If there is no real reason for it to go up, what I'll be doing is I will be plain and simple shorting that thing, selling it high to someone, giving someone the false hope that this thing is gonna keep going up. And when it does not, it starts dumping. I'll buy back from the market, return the stock to my broker, keep the margin for myself. That's my profit. Was it good? Did you understand shorting now?
Yes. Yes. I definitely do
Any questions,
understand
sir?
short. I think of one more I had earlier.
Okay. Tell me what other questions you have. You have the floor, unless someone takes it from you. If not, anyone else, sirs and madams, you're most welcome to ask your questions. Don't be shy. Don't wait for Slimoti to ask the next question for you. What's in your mind, only you know, no
So,
one else.
so I have a question.
You're allowed, not
When
allowed
so,
if you have
so
only one. You have to ask minimum two.
okay, I got a couple here.
I
So
like you now.
so say when you right, thank you. Uh, so when you pay the bank premium, is that like when you do a call, like or when you do a call, there's like a premium, right?
Yeah. No,
And
there is no
is that
premium
what
here.
you?
That there is no premium here. So let's say they will tell me that if you want to short Nvidia, I will charge you a 5% interest, hypothetically speaking.
Okay,
Okay, so on they will
okay, so it's a
calculate like
percentage they charge.
exactly, but that percentage is not daily, that percentage is annually. Okay, so if I'm holding, let's say, 100 shares of Nvidia, which I borrowed from them and I sold it at, let's say, 135.50, and let's say at that end of that day, price of Nvidia shoots up to 137. So how they will calculate is 137 into 100 shares times 5%, that's 685 bucks, divided by 360 days, because financial institutions don't count the year as 365, they count as 360. So what my broker will
Okay,
calculate, every single night I'm shorting Nvidia, I will be paying them roughly about $1.90 for this 100 shares. Makes sense. That's the interest that I'm paying. This is my cost to borrow.
yeah, that's great. That seems a lot better than like you say when you do a call, you got to pay a premium. That seems like a lot of interest on that money versus when you short. So yeah, that makes sense. I wasn't sure how that worked.
Yep. Okay. So basically, if the
And
cost to borrow is low,
like,
that is a heaven for short traders.
okay, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's pretty low cost interest
Yep.
and cost to borrow, especially if it's calculated out for annually. So,
It is calculated
and
annually.
then whenever, yeah, that makes sense. So then you just pay it back, and then the principal's paid off, and that goes away.
Yep. Exactly. Okay. So that is there. And the moment you close it, it's charged overnight. Okay. Most of the time, I don't even pay any interest, because if you see, my shorts are basically covered within the same day. If I'm not carrying it over till end of the day, I don't pay any interest. If I return it back on the same day, all the broker can charge me is the commission, the same commission you and I pay to trade. That's it. They cannot charge me anything more. Only if I hold it overnight, that time they can start charging me CTB.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's great. That seems like a pretty good deal.
It is.
And because I was wondering, when you say a covered percent, you say like, oh, I covered 20%,
Mm-hmm.
25%, 50%. Okay, that makes sense now. And then, so like, I, so like I have Moomoo, like, or whatever, and Robinhood. I never really use Robinhood. I have some money in it, but like,
Yeah, it's a pretty crap broker,
it's,
honestly.
I was gonna say, I don't like the broker like at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of what I started with 3 months ago. And so, and like, I mean, I can't hook it up to TradingView or anything, or I don't even think it works very well, even if you do, from what I read. So
Mm-hmm.
I was going to open another account because I mean,
Mm.
I have money obviously to put in it, not a ton, but I have, some money. And then when, as far as like, say, when you go buy a car or a house or anything, they run your credit, right, and see how worthy you are to borrow. Is that something they just look at how much money does the broker like? Is it IBRK, right?
IB
They seem
Care,
like, is
Interactive
that what
Brokers,
the?
the one that I use.
Yeah, that seems like a really good broker from what I've. Yeah,
It
and
is.
obviously, if you
It is
use it,
it
it
is
is.
one of the biggest brokers in the world.
Yeah, that's what I need to. I need to do that and
Mm-hmm.
then transfer my money into there. So like as far as when you did they do like as far as collateral, they probably just look at or they probably look at how much money you have in your
Correct.
account
Yeah.
before they're going to loan you money. They're not going to loan you
I
a
think you need
100 shares.
minimum, yeah, you need minimum 2000 on your account, and you need to have a margin account to short with IB Care. Okay, that's the bare minimum. Okay, so to start with, and they will let you know against your 2000 how much you are allowed to short. Okay, like for me,
Okay.
even though I never use margins because I have a very I'm a very conservative trader, right? And I have a fear of like maybe it's because of working in the banks for so long. Okay, because I've been working in banks for 20 odd years now, that I feel very afraid of
Mhm.
credit always. Okay, like I
Me
will
too.
only trade with what my money allows. I never, even though I have to use a margin account, I will not use the margin itself. Like Interactive Broker right now gives me 4.5 times margin. So if I had a $10,000 in my account, I could trade with 45,000, right? But I'd be the last person
Oh,
basically to use that margin.
yeah, that's basically, I'm very conservative as well. I mean, I don't have
Yeah.
any debt or anything because of that. I mean, I worked in the car business for 20 years and, uh,
Okay.
yeah, a lot of interest can add up for sure. And so I try to stay away from that as well. So, okay. And, I don't think I really have it. Oh, as far as like SPY goes, so I've never, I mean, the other day, I mean, ODT seemed pretty risky, like Lotto, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so I mean, a friend of mine the other day, he was like, "This is going to be a lotto." It was like 586 for a
Mm-hmm.
call, right? And I mean, that went up to I think $26.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and so that I mean, that was a pretty crazy, obviously example. I
Mm-hmm.
think. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot of money to make on $600. But it seems pretty risky. Like, so when you say you do a call on SPY, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, that usually those contracts are pretty heavy or expensive because I mean, it's $580 a share. I mean, you're borrowing same as the other, you're borrowing 100 shares, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or that's what the premium, okay, so that's why they're usually pretty expensive
It depends
because
what you
you're,
choose, right? I usually try to go when trading SPY like a dollar or two out of the money, and I never do ODs unless like I'm taking a lotto play. Like today, I did one in the very late afternoon, right near the market close. I took five contracts for 5 cents each. I sold, I had the chance to sell them for like 9 cents. I was waiting for 10 cents and I had a stop as it was moving up to 8 cents. Okay. So my contracts basically got sold at 8 cents. If you look at it, that's a 60% trade, right? Pretty
yeah,
good money.
yeah,
Okay. You put in like 25 bucks, you walk out with like 40 bucks. Okay.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
But that is something I will only do because when I went into that trade, I wrote off that 25 bucks from my mind. If I don't get it, I don't get it.
Yeah.
All right. If it works, it works. That's it. Okay. That's a type of, that's called a lotto play. Okay. That it's a hit or miss. You think of it rather like, hey, if I went into McDonald's to eat lunch with my two kids, that would cost me 25 bucks. That's the way I looked at it. That's it. Okay. I will never put
Okay,
250 bucks in a trade like that.
okay, yeah, that's a lot to put in a slot machine.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. What you are very willing to put in a slot machine when you know that you can lose it right the next moment.
Yeah, and I don't really like to put
Makes
any money
sense?
in slot. Yeah,
Me
okay,
neither.
yeah,
Me
that makes
neither.
sense.
Okay. Because I was up pretty heavy doing futures and all that, I feel like, yeah, I can risk 25 bucks. Okay. Let's
Yeah.
see what happens. And then again, honestly, it's not a gamble. I had my calculations very plain and simple when I took that trade. Okay. Let me pull up this
Mhm.
pie chart. I took that trade near the very tail end of the day because SPY typically at the end of the day will make a reversal of whichever whatever is the trend. Okay, it has to reverse and take out the traders on the other side. So I think
Mm.
I took the trade literally around here, a 592 put. My target was very simple. I was targeting the 200 EMA for it to come down
Okay.
to. Okay, when it started coming down, I clearly remember in the zone was telling me just take 9 cents and walk away because we were live trading. Okay, he was telling me take your 9 cents and walk away. I'm like, no, I want 10 cents. I want to double my money. Okay, but I put
Yeah.
up my stop loss up to 8 cents. So when it hit 8 cents, I was taken out of the trade. That's it.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can move your stop loss.
Yep, absolutely. What I will tell you is if you ever get on Interactive Brokers, initially it will seem a bit daunting, especially if you're coming from Robinhood or something like that, which makes trading super easy. Okay. But once you get to learn the platform and its capabilities, you will simply love it. Okay, you can do so many things on that. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, I used to use Robinhood obviously a long time ago,
Hmm.
but I mean, I have some money sit in there. You can pull it out of there really fast. But
Okay.
I have movement, but I just don't like. I don't know whatever it is. I just don't really like using it that much. I mean, I've mastered the platform, but yeah, okay, I'm gonna switch over for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not very difficult to learn, right? If I can learn it, anybody else can learn it. But the thing is, like, you do have to spend a little bit of time trying to get the hang of it.
Of course. All right.
Okay, that's it, brother. Okay, if you got it,
Okay.
you're good to go. Make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Perfect. All right, who got the next question? Tell me.
Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome, bro. All right, so who wants to go next?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you, bro?
Uh,
It was a pleasure
I'm
talking to you
good.
yesterday.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
no
Um,
worries. That's the least we can do.
I get it. I heard you just say you was targeting 200 EMA, right?
I was targeting
Uh,
the 200 EMA on SPY, yeah? That was my next
yeah.
logical target because if this breaks down, I don't have anything in the middle to support it.
Okay. So what do you do when you hit the 9 EMA or the 13, whatever one you label it?
Hmm.
Um, if you taking a call, how do you target the upward? Like, what are you going for? Because I usually sell mine too fast, and
Hmm.
I end up missing a lot of money. So,
Okay. The way I look at it, right? See, there is absolutely no right EMA, there is absolutely no wrong EMA. Okay. The ones I use, like the 9, 20, 60, and 200, I use
right.
them because they fit very well for my particular trading style. And that I have backtested multiple times. Okay. So after that, I figured out like these work out best for me. So I will basically base my entire strategy, okay, on how I want to trade and everything on a number of factors. EMAs is one of them. It's not the only thing. I typically will use the EMAs as a very easy indication of understanding the price movements. Okay, identifying the trend. That's it. All right, that's the purpose that EMAs serve in my trading part.
Okay.
You need to actually look at like if you are like a swing trader, okay, going out for things like 2 months out, 3 months out, trust me, using a 9 EMA is absolutely pointless for you. Sometimes when I trade NQ, which is QQQ futures and which moves extremely fast,
Order filled.
I might be using even a 5 EMA. Okay, because I really want to see the trend changes in trends as fast as possible. Okay, the faster possible than slower. Make sense, bro?
Yeah. Um, I guess, yeah, a little bit.
Hmm. For me, I try to take trading
Order
as a game
filled.
of probabilities. Okay, that's it. All right, I try to take a game of probabilities. I don't claim to make a lot of money, which I really don't. Okay, what I make, I'm pretty transparent about it, and that's it.
Okay, so you're not targeting a certain price level or
Absolutely not. Do you think the market real? Yeah, I target certain price levels, but not percentages. I'm sorry if I cut you off.
okay.
Because when
Can
I
I
took
chime
this
in?
trade, yep, Charrider, please go ahead.
You know,
Oh, sorry,
so
Richard, it's
there's
you.
all these different,
Go ahead, Richard.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's all these different indicators, and just to be humble myself here, I've lost thousands and thousands of dollars. Okay, and I've thought of it as a college tuition, just to kind of throw that out there. But I've looked at every indicator because this indicator's so good, that indicator's so good. But if you keep it simple, stupid, you will do much better. Don't overthink the process. Look at the volume, I think, is probably one of the most important things that I look at. If there's no volume, it's not going up, right? How's it going to go up if
There's
there's
no
no buying?
foundation.
There's nothing there,
Yeah.
right? the EMA, like you were talking about, the 200, the 9, the 3, it doesn't matter. If you said you used a 50 EMA on all your trades and you're profitable, good for you. That's not a right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. It's
Just
how you
stick to it.
trade.
Whatever works, just stick to it. That's it.
Don't look at the other indicator. Delete everything. If you got, I've seen some charts that it looks like a maze. Like, how the hell? My chart looked like that, and I don't even know how I did anything. No, I'm surprised I still have my house looking at all those charts, you know? So keep it simple, stupid. Look at your volume. I think that's the most basic thing, the volume.
Volume and the price action. Okay, just try to
Right.
pick up the direction, which direction
Okay.
price is moving, and try to get on that side.
Yeah. Okay.
And you said that you're getting out too early. Let me tell you, if you're green, get out. If you didn't get as much profit, you didn't lose that much profit, right? You didn't lose anything. You got out green. Get out green, whether it be one green or 10 green. Green is green because there's what I've learned. There's always another play.
Yeah.
23 hours a day,
In the
you can
zone,
make a move.
will not DM,
23 hours a
said
day.
getting out early is better than getting out red.
Absolutely. I
You're
fully
right.
agree. Okay. I mean, like Richard, I know you trade futures with us, so that's 23 hours. But even for most of the people, right? You have like at least 6 hours of trading every single day. Okay. If you miss a trade, don't chase. Something else or other will come your way. And just like adding to what Richard said, I'll just add what In the Zone also mentioned, like getting $5 and getting out of the trade is better than losing $2, right?
Exactly.
Okay,
That
that's
means you
what you
won
need to do.
$7. Yeah, that means you made $7.
Yeah.
Okay, the more and it's a habit, honestly. You will see like slowly you will start taking bigger and bigger wins. Okay, but start with like 3%, 5%. It's not bad. Even if you make 5% a day, every single month you double up your money. Nobody, I don't know why it doesn't register with
XBAGZZ
anybody.
said MHM, I will never DM you first. What are your VWAP settings on your Emico in TradingView?
I
I
didn't
think
change
mine
them.
changed because it's different from Webull now.
Oh, the Webull and the TradingView VWAP is always different. Okay, so I always use the TradingView VWAP, and these are my settings on the TradingView VWAP. Okay, I just use this, the default setting. I don't change anything, bro. Okay, session, the high low 3. Sorry, HSS high low close 3. That's it. I don't change at all anything on this thing.
XBAGZZ said thanks, mine are the same.
Yeah, but your TradingView VWAP and your Webull VWAP is never gonna match. It's a very common problem. All right, so who goes next?
So I only use Robinhood because I was like pretty new to it, and it's pretty
Mhm.
like it's like easy to kind of like work through. But if y'all like people are saying it's not that good, like what were y'all saying I should like recommend doing?
Try
Like
Webull,
or
seriously. Webull sits somewhere in the middle. All right. The
we're
platform
supposed to
that I
somewhere in the middle.
use, Interactive Brokers, it's very robust, it's very good, but the learning curve is a bit high. Okay. Like it will take you for a while to master that platform. I'll be very honest with you. Okay. And even now, I don't know like the 100% functionality of the platform. I know very well what are the functions that I need to use and that. So Webull is way less complicated than Interactive Brokers, but a bit more complicated than Robinhood. But the advantages you will have, you can trade from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. Number one. Number two, you will be avoiding those horrible slippages that Robinhood has. Okay, the main reason I don't like Robinhood is not for the hours. The reason I don't like, you always have slippage on Robinhood, especially if you're a scalper like me. Okay, where every 2 cents matter, it's a nightmare.
Can you explain that like deeper? Like what do you mean?
The slippage. Okay, so the slippage is, let's say, Robinhood. How do you think Robinhood actually makes money? They're not doing a charity for you, right? By not charging you.
Yeah, like I was looking at the thing sometimes when I'm buying like a stock or something,
Mm-hmm.
it'll say like you're trying to buy it at like 22
Aaron Pepper
cents,
said I've
but
been
we're gonna
wondering about
charge
how the
you.
VWAP and EMA indicators work out mathematically because I had noticed the different indicators being different between platforms.
Okay, sorry, bro. Go on. My Discord will keep on reading the questions because I
No, you're
cannot look
good.
at the screens. Yeah. So,
You know, you're good. But I was saying like when I saw like Robinhood would say like if I'm paying 22 cents, like they'll charge me say like it's 23 cents instead, like you
that
know what I'm
is your
saying?
slippage. Okay, they don't charge you a
Okay.
commission, but they make the money out of like taking that money right out of a trade. Okay, so they apparently make more out of you than you would have actually paid to a proper broker like Webull or Interactive Brokers. Because like
Uh,
the difference that you see in the market
XBAGZZ said Robin Hood.
and the difference that you actually pay or the price that you see on the chart versus the price that you actually get, there is always like a small difference there. We don't need notice a difference of like 1 cent or 2 cent, right? But imagine adding those 1 cents multiplied by all the shares traded, multiplied by all the traders. That's a huge amount of money, correct?
yeah, that's a lot.
Yep. Okay. One thing my mom taught me when I was very small, and I still remember very well, nothing is free in this world. Aaron, coming to your question, the VWAP and the EMAs, if you want the mathematical formulas, go to Investopedia, you can find it there. The EMA values will be pretty much same in all the platform. Webull is the only platform I have noticed or heard of where basically the VWAP is different from most of the other platforms. I think they use a slightly different calculation. It's not a huge difference, but there is a difference between Webull and the VWAP that you see on the other charts. Okay, but give or take, pretty much all the platforms will give you the same calculations.
Aaron Pepper said interesting, thanks thumbs up light skin tone.
Anytime, bro. Who's next? If not, I'm seriously gonna go to bed now. No one has any questions? That's good. I plan to stay with you guys till 9, but if you let me go to bed early, I'll of course take that opportunity. So anyone else has any question before I wrap this up tonight?
Guys, this is an opportunity of a lifetime because many people are not willing to give their time. Time is valuable. So, so ask questions. Trust
Cameron
me. No one knows their
7796
limit.
said hi Moin, can
Ask
you
questions,
explain
guys.
about secondary trend?
I mean, like, seriously, if I'm incapable of answering, Joyrider is here, right? He will pitch in. Okay, and if you guys have questions about options trading, he is the go-to guy for you guys. Okay,
I got a question for Joyrider.
go ahead, ask him.
I'm here. I'm
Um,
listening.
do you primarily trade SPY?
No, I trade many other stocks, but I kind of keep it to SPY is the only large cap stocks I trade, but I usually stay with medium and small cap stocks.
Okay.
Small, yeah, I usually stay with the small and
Aaron
medium.
Pepper said do you ever use the DOM interface when trading at all?
I use the DOM for futures often because I like to see like where the orders are stacked. Okay, that's the only reason I see DOM, but I don't actually place orders on the DOM. I know a lot of people basically place their orders directly on the DOM. For me, it doesn't serve that purpose. For me, it would be plainly simple to see like where the orders are stacked more. Okay, it works more. I use it more like a visualization for volume profile. Let's just put it that way. Okay, Kamran, I didn't ask and understand your question. What is secondary trend? I have no idea what's a secondary trend. If you can elaborate a bit more or get on the mic and explain your question, that would be great.
So if nobody else has, I have another question to ask you guys that I was writing down last night. I was going through like everything to get set up for futures, which I would like to do.
Mm-hmm.
And just as far as getting funded and all that, I mean, that's, I guess, a little bit down the road once I get the platform set up. I have Trading View now, and it looks like there's Top Step and Trade of 8. And that is like the platform that we use, or you guys, I haven't, obviously not me yet, but that you use to like place your orders and whatnot, it looked like.
Okay, let me break it down into two parts for you, brother. Okay, but before you even start trading futures and that, you need to learn your platforms pretty well because these are new platforms for you, right? You need to know
Yes,
your
yeah.
tool properly before you can start using it. Otherwise, the plain and simple that thing is going to happen is you are going to drill through your fingers, correct? You don't want that. Okay,
No.
yeah. Now, coming to it, there are two parts to it. There are companies who will fund you. These are the funded account companies or what we call prop firms. Okay. Their job
Okay.
is to give you the money to trade, plain and simple. Okay.
Yeah.
And there are platforms on which you execute those trades. Typically, they will definitely dictate which platform you're going to use. They're even going to give you the
Okay.
accounts. Okay. Because they want to have the full visibility or what you call like the full transparency of that account, right? Otherwise, like you say I made 10,000, but actually you made 20,000, they won't know, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they will give you the platforms. It's your choice which platforms you want to choose. Most prop firms will give you like a multiple options. Okay. Tradeovate is one of my preferred platforms. Actually, like my most two preferred platforms is like TopStep X and Tradeovate. All right, those are the two I use all the time. I do have two more platforms because I like to explore the platforms, keep on learning them, as well as see like if one has any advantage over the others. One I started recently using is called Wealth Charts. I really am not liking it at all, Wealth Charts. It is like a Robin Hood type of a thing. I can see like my price being hit, price even going down like by one tick or two ticks, still my orders are not filled. I'm just watching like an
Wow.
idiot looking at there. Okay, and wondering like if only it hit, right? You can understand how frustrating that is, right? You're seeing your price hit, your price is being crossed as well, and still your order is not filled. Okay, so that's there. So that's Wealth Charts. Then the other platform I really love, but it's a bit complicated to use, is Ninja Trader. So that's there. So these are platforms. Okay, so Apex and TopStep, these are the companies who will give you the money. And Tradeovate, TopStep X is TopStep's proprietary platform. Okay, TopStep X, Ninja Trader, Rhythmic, all these names that you hear, these are the platforms that you will use to trade.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, yeah, I had read in the feed or in the future section, like I think it's Top Stack X. I don't know if they're owned by TradingView, but somebody had said that they're really good as far as linking
They
them up.
use
Or
TradingView as the backbone. Okay, like when
okay,
you look at TopStep X, it will literally feel to you like you're looking at TradingView.
okay,
Okay, make sense?
that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
So good. Yeah, I mean, and I mean, I'm still TradingView has a lot of stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
for Thanksgiving, I was somebody had given me a gift, or for yeah, I think it was Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's from I think it's I have the premium. I was talking about this. I have the premium with like the oh gosh,
The essential.
the
Sorry. You have the pro.
yeah, or the pro. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, like you were saying, like I mean,
That's
that's way
overkill.
overboard.
Honestly, that's overkill. Okay, you can just go with
Yeah,
the essential.
yeah, for
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you just want to drive 2 kilometers a day and you bought a AMG G class for it. Okay. So it's literally like that, honestly.
That's how I feel. Yeah. I mean, I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So that's there. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was like $300. It was
But
a lot, but so
yeah,
I
but
have
it's
it.
worth
But yeah, I mean, I
every
really
penny.
use it.
It's worth every penny, trust me. What I do is typically for TradingView, I buy during Black Friday. They give like a 50 to 60% sell, okay, for
That's
the full
exactly what
year.
I did.
And that's the time every year I renew.
Yep.
Okay, so it costs me roughly about maybe $15 a month or something, but it's worth every
Mhm.
penny.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
a friend of mine was telling me. He said, if you're gonna, if this is what you're gonna be doing, and you're interested in doing it long
Hmm.
term, he said, you might as well get it now. And then he was like, I'll just get it for you. So I was like, that's
Yeah,
great, But he said next year you want to renew it every time on Black Friday. So,
exactly.
uh, yep.
Okay.
So that seems
But
like the
just
smartest thing
make
to do.
sure one thing, if you're taking TradingView, using TradingView, make sure you subscribe to the real-time data, okay? Otherwise, you'll be getting delayed data.
Yeah, that's what you were saying
Yeah,
when we were messaging. So, and
yeah,
I think it was like $7 a
exactly.
month to get
It's worth
to
it.
get.
Okay, once you
Yeah,
start trading, you will make that several times over in one single trade.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, but take
So
it
that I
easy.
was.
Take it easy. Learn programs
Yeah.
first.
Yes, that sounds good. I like that.
Yeah.
No need to stress out. So, the next step is, I mean, you just go to like Apex or one of the prop firms, and then you just start following the process as far as
Mm-hmm.
getting funded. I mean, I was reading through like, I mean, they have a lot, or the rules and how much,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Make sure you
per day.
understand the trailing threshold very well. Okay, Apex has a great video of that in their
Order
FAQ
filled.
section. Make sure you understand because it is not your trades which will fail your account. It is the trailing threshold which will cause you to fail your account. Okay, say it. If you don't understand, we can always cover it in one of the sessions. All right,
Okay.
that's one thing. Other thing I will tell you is even before, and for everyone who's interested in trading futures, even
Order
before
filled.
you open an account with a prop firm, go to Tradeovate. Okay, tradeovate.com. All right, I'll just type in here in the chat so that all of us have it.
Mhm.
And then open an account with your email ID. All right, they give you a demo account for 2 weeks with real time data with all bells and frills. Okay, use it for two
Okay.
weeks. You basically get to understand and learn the platform for 2 weeks, right? If you feel you need more time, use your wife's email ID, open another free demo account for 2 weeks. After that, use
Mm.
your son's email ID, daughter's email ID, or create a few
Yeah.
separate fake ones and keep on using.
Smart.
That's a great, easy way to learn the platform itself. Okay. And then when you feel you're completely ready, you got the hang of the platform and everything well and good, that time start going for the prop firms or start trading with your own money, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Okay.
Okay. You need to
That's
know your
good.
tool very well, right? Before you use
Of
it.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
okay. Yeah.
XBAGZZ said
Wonderful.
good night,
Yeah.
fellas.
Okay,
Thanks for the
I
live.
appreciate you, and I
Jay
appreciate you guys' time
said,
a
how
lot.
many
It's
hours per
great.
day
So
or per week do you guys
thank you.
dedicate to your trading journey?
Okay. Very good question from Joyrider. I will just answer for me. When I was really going to the grid, I used to wake up at 4 a.m. I used to study all the way up to 7:30, get ready for work, take my children to school, drop them, work up to 6, 6:30, come back home, have dinner, keep studying up to 9:30, 10 till my eyes shut off. Okay. By studying, I mean it's a combination of books for me because videos don't work for me. Okay. Plus, I really never found good videos to understand. So, books and screen time. That was my routine at that time. And still now, I try to spend at least 30 minutes reading up. That is it for me. You guys can share your experiences. Jared, I'd be curious to know your one. What about you, bro?
Oh, me, I used to give 16 to 18 hours per day. No family time, no going out, no friends, no family, just grinding. And I just do it till my brain just says no more. 16 to 18 hours per day. And sometimes I'll do 20 on the weekends because I just can't sleep because I'll just be thinking about different ideas, different strategies to try because at the time I was building my strategy. So I couldn't sleep. So I used to give 16 to 18 hours per day.
I hear
for the
you.
first
I hear
year
you.
and a half, 2 year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes even now, please don't laugh. Okay. In my dreams, I literally can visualize like the chart going up or the chart going down.
Oh, you're not going crazy. I do. I still do it to this day. I would have dreams like, hey, I saw something. I would get up, minimize, open in the morning. I'll come in the office and just start applying what I saw in the dream. Yeah, I eat, sleep, and dream trading. It's my life, literally.
Same here. Okay. I'm like very passionate about it. Okay. So that's it. Even if I don't trade, I'll spend a lot of time just staring at charts or just like playing
Screen
out the
time.
chart mentally. Like if I took the trade here, what would have happened and keep on looking at the chart.
Correct, correct. So to you guys, screen time. There's no other way, unfortunately. There's no other way to get this. You gotta get from you just gotta carve out time to just dedicate to screen time, screen time. You can read books and watch videos, but if you're not sitting in front of the screen and try to learn the charts, unfortunately your charting skills would not be proficient for you to be profitable, along with other factors.
Absolutely. Thanks, bro, for the insight. Okay.
No problem.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. Anyone else? You have any question? Time for one last question before we wrap up.
Yeah, I got a follow up from my boy Joyrider real quick. My question is, my brother, is when you say you were spending that time like forming like strategies, like what strategies like were you thinking of? Like what like because I'll be paying attention to like what's going
In the
on, but
zone,
like I
will not
from what I'm
DM,
reading.
said good books that you have been recently reading?
Oh. So when I've been reading stuff, it's been talking about like strategies and stuff like that, but I'm not understanding like because like I play sports, you know what I'm saying? So like if I'm thinking about it in that aspect, like pick and roll is a strategy, like a two man you get, like you know what I'm saying? So you could get an easy
Yeah.
basket. You see what I'm saying? You could get so I'm trying to think of it in that concept so I can find a way to get a bucket, you know what I'm saying? But it's not really like clicking on what the strategy is like what it is. Like I can't find my pick and roll, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, how long have you been trading?
This is probably not that long, maybe like 2 months, maybe.
2 months. Okay. Before you start, before okay, for me, let me answer the first question you asked. So I was just trying to learn the charts and see how price action works and how volume works, and that was a learning curve for me. But screen time helps me a lot. So I was trying to figure out how volume moves and what moves it and why it's going up, why it's going down. And then over time, by reading and having screen time, you see the charts and then you see the same thing happen over and over for a year, for 2 years or 2.5 years. And you say, hold on. Okay, now I get it. Because I trade with volume. So I dedicate my time to learning volume. And that is how I build my strategy. After a chart, I incorporate volume in my play and how I enter the play and get out of a play. So for you trading, just starting trading, you're gonna have to learn the basics of trading, how it works and how the market works, and you're gonna have to learn the jargons and stuff like that. And once you get that, you move on to the next phase because trading is a phase. No one can learn everything in one day, 1 year, 2. This process is
Order
going to take a
filled.
few years. So what I would tell you is this: just learn, work on charting.
Order filled.
That's what I worked on first. Once someone sat me down and say, "Hey, just work on charting. Learn how to identify resistance and supports and
The
how volume
structure.
move between those 2 points."
Yep. Okay. And Jordan,
That's a
if I
simple
can just
question.
add a little bit, okay.
Sure.
The
Sure.
other part of trading is very much psychological. Okay. For me, it plays a huge part as well. Because see, we all are different, right? Like if you see me and Jordan are looking at the same trade, both of us will be profitable. I can pretty much assure you, but our trading ideas would be completely different. He is a very much structure based trader. for me, I'm a scalper. I will take those micro moves. Okay, I will keep on scalping and then make the money. Whereas I would see like Joy Rider, he has so much conviction in the trade, he will wait for the structure to play out. Am I correct, bro?
Oh, that's 100%. There are
Yeah,
times where I would sit in the play for an hour.
yeah. And for me, it will be like 5 minutes. I'm in and out of the trade. I'll take my $100, run away. Okay, both of us are
Uh,
right. We have our own strategies, so there is no cookie cutter strategy that works for everyone. You have to discover what
correct.
goes with your mindset.
And the psychological, as you said, is the biggest part. Even to this day, I still struggle with it from time to time, where I find myself breaking my discipline. Every trader struggles with that from time to time. Some more than others, some less than others, but it's psychological. It will be there every day. And one thing I would tell you that my mentor told me early on: any character flaws you have, I would advise you start working on it. Trading will expose it, and it will hinder you, hinder you, hinder you. Character flaws meaning impulsiveness, uh,
Fear,
uh,
greed.
greed, right? Lacking patience, lack patience. And another one that I used to struggle with. I always want to dictate how the move's gonna play out. We don't do that. The market doesn't care about you. We conform to the market. The market doesn't conform to us. And that's what the greatest advice I've ever gotten since I've been trading. The market doesn't conform to you. You conform to the market. So if any character flaws you have, trust me, work on it. Work on it, because the market will expose you. Because once you finish your 2 or 3 years of learning this and you're looking to go into profitable arena, and you start going with a substantial amount of money, there's no, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and do this my way. No, you do it based on how the market structure is moving at that time.
This is
And
one thing
that's
in the
going to take
world. You will be
Ali said great advice.
beneficial being the best follower instead of trying to be a leader. The best follower of
Yes,
the market maker.
yes, yep, yep. Learning how to follow is actually a good trait in becoming a profitable trader. And you learn that. And you guys, once you guys reach a profitable stage, you guys will learn that once you start putting a substantial amount of money, like 5,000, 10,000, $15,000 on per trade. Now the emotional part, if you haven't uh, find a way to control that over the few years you've been trading, it's gonna beat you up. It's gonna beat you up, because once you go into trade, you're thinking, I don't want to lose. I used to think that. I don't think that anymore. I go on a trade and say, hey, this is my plan. If this happens,
Pablo
this is
said
what
that
I'm
is
going
the
to do.
challenge, learning how to follow the market maker.
Yes. And I like to trade our institutions trade. I've worked real hard at that. And that learning curve is a learning curve of a lifetime. As I told you guys before, I've lost enough to buy a house. And that's the truth.
You
I've
should tell
lost
us like
enough
how
money
much
to
you
buy.
made to buy back how many now.
I do this full time.
Yeah. Okay. I hope I one day I'll be in your place, but let's see.
We all would get there with enough
Me
conviction.
too.
Yeah.
That was great advice, though, my brothers. I really appreciate that, though, because it definitely like I be feeling it, because like I only put like little small things like into the market, and I've already been feeling that feeling of I don't want to lose, or
Mm-hmm.
did I do this
You
too
have to
early? Did I do
overcome.
this
You
too
have to
late?
overcome that.
Yeah. So you
If it
definitely,
doesn't
yeah,
go as per plan, cut it, bro. Taking a $2 loss is better than taking a $10 loss.
right.
Don't ever think that you can make your money back after a loss. You can't, because the thing that's going to stop you is your emotion. You can't trade while being emotional. It's impossible to be successful. It's
Just walk away.
impossible.
Just walk away.
But take the L. Tomorrow's another day.
Yeah. Okay. If nothing, open the window and stare out of the window. That's it.
And do not throw your laptop through the window. Don't do it. We all been tempted, but don't do it. You're gonna
Yeah.
cost you.
The worst I did is I think I threw a few mouse. Okay. That's it. Not my
I've
keyboard.
broken a few mouses.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've broken a
Okay.
few.
I threw my mouse, okay, at that. But to stop it, what I did is like I bought a really good mouse. I thought like if I throw and break this one, I'm at a total loss.
Don't do it. It's just the emotional thing, and there are a lot of books that you can read and stuff like that. But for me, it's just trial and error and just go through it. And my wife, she just helped me, guide me through the emotional part because I was just like, man, I'm losing this much money. I need to get it under control. But over time, I noticed, hey, I'm getting better and better at it.
So you heard it's
Dragon
hard work,
D's Nuts
man.
said I broken a few keyboards and monitors
Oh, bro,
lol.
you need to really
Pablo
calm
said
down.
so over the years,
Yeah.
aside walking away, how do you further manage the emotions especially if you keep losing?
You just stop. Full stop.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We take the loss, just walk away. You got your stop loss, you hit your stop loss. That's it. Walk away. There's no
Do
need to go further.
whatever you feel like doing. If you have children, go play with your children. If you want to take a walk, you walk. If you have a dog,
Dragon D's Nuts
cuddle
said
with your
now I
dog.
just take the dog for a long walk lol.
Excellent. That's a progress.
That's progress. Yes, yes. No need to fight the market. You will never win. Take it from us. You will never win against the market. Take your loss, shut it down, go about your business.
So how many losses should you take? Like, should you give yourself a certain amount of losses a day to just quit and walk away, or just
You have
For
one?
you will
me,
know for yourself. Okay.
yeah, losses is based on your risk management. For me, I have a two loss rule. Once I take two losses in a day, I'm done. I shut it down. No more trading.
So you just don't look at the market at all that day, no more.
Oh no. I go straight to learning and
Okay.
practicing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go straight back to charting and reading the market all over again. Oh no. And then I'll go over the play and see what I did wrong, and then I'll correct it the next trading day. But yeah, no, when I take my losses, I'm still at the computer learning, and just start reading a book while I'm watching the market movement. Just that's all. It's just screen time. I try every opportunity I get. I try to get as much screen time as possible.
I think my
Yeah,
issue. Go ahead.
go ahead, Dave. Go ahead. I'll add something after you're done.
No, I was trying to say, I had an issue today. Okay, I won my first trade. It was like $50, and then I took another trade and I lost $10. And then I wanted to get my $10 back, so I took another trade. I ended up
Story of my
losing.
life. Somebody is just saying the story of my life. Please go on.
I ended up losing like $30. I'm like, ah man. Then I tried to get that back, so I took it off to like $70 today. I'm
Yeah,
like,
The
trading. Don't
moment
do
you
it.
lost the first trade, you should have just stopped. Okay.
no, I won the
Yeah.
first trade.
No.
That's
The
what I'm
moment you
saying.
lost the first trade, the $10,
Right.
you should have stopped, walked away. Okay.
Yeah.
For these days, I take it as a sign from God. Okay. I'll tell you even a worse story. To wants to make $5, I have a wild fascination of round numbers. Okay. Once to make $5 to round off the day at 3,000, I ended up giving everything back.
Yep, we all been there before.
So
Yep,
don't
I've
go into
made a
those
thousand dollars
cycles.
before.
Yeah.
I've made $1,000 before and give it all back.
Mm.
I've made $2,000 before and gave it all back.
Man.
Yep.
You make your money, take it, walk away, bro. That's it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And I'm even
Yeah.
more careful when I'm winning, actually. When I'm winning trades, what I'll do is I'll start playing with profits and I'll make it smaller and smaller and smaller. The moment I start losing, that's the indication. Walk away.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. One more thing. Glad you mentioned that. So here's a little thing I do. So today, say on Monday, I made $1,000, and this is how I'll do the next 4 trading days. On Tuesday, I'll only risk $100. right? And if I were to take an L on Tuesday, come Wednesday, I'll only risk $50. So
Okay.
at that rate, comes Friday, I'm still green and I
Right.
have a majority of my money. And that is how you stay profitable. That's something I had to learn the hard way, very hard way.
In the zone, you wanted to add something. Before that, I want to ask, like, okay, no, go ahead. In the zone, you finish it off, and
All
then we
right.
wrap it up for today. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So I just wanted to say one thing. You know, it's great to listen to you guys who are way more experienced than me, and a lot of people who are over here. Um, but I think I can sympathize more with the people who are starting out now in terms of that loss and revenge psychology, which I know when you're familiar with it, but you're far away from it now enough of being consistently profitable that it doesn't hit you the same way. And Joyrider, you too. I think you guys are, and I mean in the best possible way, right? Like you guys have been profitable for a while. That I'm sure revenge trade hits you guys once in a while, but doesn't hit you the same way that it hits me, for example, or people who are um, who are more newer to trading. So my advice is, it's great when Moin says and Jorad says that you can sit down and start looking at charts and start looking at the market and just learn and study. My honest advice is don't look at it, because this is what I do. Go back, I look at it, and I beat myself over it as to how one I could have made the trade better, like how I could have played it better, or what opportunities I'm seeing right now and I'm missing out. So part of that revenge trading is the FOMO as well, right? Like you're missing out as well. So this is just me, right? But I feel like I felt it very strongly when I did this, and I was when I was losing and winning at the same time. Like I would just walk away, just close it, try doing something else. Like unless you've had like a good mental break, and I really mean a good mental break. That means you haven't thought about your loss for a couple of hours. Don't come back to a chart, don't come back to the market, because if you can't keep that aside, it will always be in the back of your head when you're studying, when you're going on to a next trade, whatever you do. And that time decreases down significantly. For these guys, they can compartmentalize that very fast, which is a function of how many times you've done it, right? Everything in life, fortunately or unfortunately, is repetition. Everything in life. As somebody who is from the medicine field, you would think that like you have to think a lot and whatever, but everything is repetition. You do something enough number of times, a monkey can do the same surgery that a human does, right? It just is how many times you need to do that repetition. Whether you look at sports, whatever you look at,
That's
right?
why
It's a
that
function
monkey
of
always wins. You remember the article I sent you? Yeah, monkey always
Yeah, so
wins
that's
over the trader.
exactly.
Now I figured
Exactly.
it out.
So repetition is unfortunately the best way of learning almost anything in life. The people who don't rely on repetition are the ones who are geniuses, who figure out, who invent stuff, and who are the 0.0001% of the world. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them, right? I know that about myself. Um, so that repetition is needed, but that repetition without emotion is needed, right? So you need that compartmentalization is also a repetitive process. So till you're able to do it really well, don't definitely don't trade, obviously, but don't come back and look at them and then beat yourself up over it as well.
Very true. Okay.
Cool. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's some good advice.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Okay, we gotta really wrap up. We're over time. Okay. And if you have more questions, just feel free to shoot it to us. Okay. This is a place basically with everyone's help. Okay. We are looking to build up independent traders. That is all I will say. Okay. So help us in the process. If you find like-minded people,
Pablo
share the
said thanks to
invites.
you all.
That's it.
These are helpful.
Okay. So that is it, guys. It's a pleasure always speaking to you all. Good night.
All right. Good night. Appreciate
Shin
it.
said really
Yes, sir.
appreciate thank
Appreciate it,
you.
man. God bless.
Good night.